Yes, hi guys. This is Spirit Journey. Yes, I just got out here. I don't have the mic on. I can't find the small mic and the big headphones. I thought were just too much. So it's just raw. And I have the gang with me. Come on, big girl. Yeah, I got the gang. I'm using my what do you call it? My selfie stick. It's very hot today. Well, muggy, very muggy. The concierge was just telling me how muggy it is. Um, yeah, I set the setting for wide, so I'm hoping hope I getting my face correct. It's like aiming towards my mouth, the lens. Because when it was at my eyes and nose, it was still too high up. The final video, so I'm hoping this works. It's a little over a foot away from me. Yes, today is Sunday, August 23, 2020, and the time is about 12:35 p.m. Yeah, I got up early today. I got up early and I said, I'm going to get up early. Yeah, I went to bed early around 9 p.m. Around 9 p.m. And then I woke up around 3 something, and that's when I did my video. Come on, big girl. Come on. Oh, okay, it's too hot for you? Okay. I think it's too hot for her. It is muggy. Yeah, I'll remove the muzzle. Okay.
And turn that sound light. I don't think so.
Okay. Yeah. So I hope the angle is okay. So I have the girls in the stroller, or the shopper cart, I should say, and the little boy is out with his little muzzle. How you doing? Good. Come on, big boy. Yeah. So yes, I wanted to get out early today because I feel that I want to do some quiet time meditating in the garden. So I don't know whether I'll do it in Central Park or by the water, by the pier. So I don't know yet. So I wanted to get up early, and actually I wanted to leave around 10, but I had some things that I had to upload. And because I wanted my my devices are at capacity, so anytime I put something on it, I have to dump it right away so I can put up new content. So that's what I'm basically doing the video and then uploading it right away, so it's not stored on my device. But I'm using my SONY action cam. It's real lightweight. I have it on wide length, so I'm hoping to get more of my face. It was on medium. The medium was a little bit too. I didn't like that. So now it's on wide, so I'm hoping to get more background. So these are the girls. I'll show you the girls. Say hello, girls. Lily. Hey. Lilac. Hey, Lilac. She says, Mommy, what do you want? It is what it is. Come on, Labby. So I wanted to get out actually a little earlier. Ideally, it would have been maybe 9 o'clock. And so take 2 hours with them and then bring them back early enough for them to, they can have some breakfast. And I said, no, I'm going to feed them first. I gave them extra food. Come on. Gave them extra food. He marks everywhere, my little boy.
Top of the morning.
Yeah, thank you.
Good day.
You too. Huh? How you doing? Thank you. Uh-oh, it's starting to drizzle again. That's not, women love a sincere compliment. He was saying that he liked my hair.
More for my dad. My mother needs to get her hearing aids checked because they're
Yes, even at my age, women, sometimes we need a compliment because life can be really strenuous at times. But yeah, I wanted to leave the house early. I wanted to leave the house earlier actually. But this is okay. Come. This is okay actually. Come, Lavin. He's so excited, my little boy. He just wants to go out. He's such a boy. He's such a boy. Yeah. Watch it with that cone. I'm sorry, that little cone. Yeah, the little cone. Come on, big boy. I know. Come on. Yeah, he has the little cone. I don't want him to hurt the other dog with the little cone. So, yeah, we're out now. He has some marks everywhere. Everywhere.
Typical boy.
Yes, he is. He's a typical boy. But I love him, though. I love him. Yes, yes.
Hey, you guys are hiding there.
Yeah, they had surgery.
Aw.
The Cooper and the little brown one had the surgery last.
Yeah, oh, yours?
Yeah, these are all my babies. Yeah, all my babies.
I always had dogs and ended up with cats.
Cats are nice too. I had cats also.
But I didn't think I'd end up with them.
Yeah,
God bless.
exactly. God bless you too. Yeah. So, yeah, I gotta. So either way, wow. See, the ground is getting. Let me show you. See, the ground is getting. The little what do you call it? The little leaves, or the seedlings for the flowers. Yeah. See, fall is approaching. Fall is approaching. Come on. See, he's marking everywhere. Fall is approaching. That's what it means. Fall is my favorite season, actually. Oh, okay. So, yeah, so I'm out now, and hopefully I want to tire him out. So it's good, actually, that the girls are inside and the boy's out, so he could, so I could push the car quickly, and the little boy, hopefully he walks with me. He's stopping everywhere to piss. So I want to tire him out. Yeah, this area has a lot of dogs, a lot of pet owners. So what do I want to talk about today? Well, I hope the audio is going along okay. I want to talk about, what was I want to talk about now? What was that? I'm trying to remember, what was I watching today? Can't stand that. So many things are racing through my mind. I know it's going to come to me. Oh, I remember. Um, come on. I was watching a video with, come on, come, with Cardi B and Joe Biden. Come, Lavin. Come.
Have a good one, dude.
You too. Bye. How you doing? Come on, Lavin. Come. How you doing? Hi. Yeah, it's gonna rain. I felt another droplet on me. You know, I'm gonna make a different route. I haven't gone down here for a while. Come on, baby. Yeah, I want to talk about. I hope I can remember everything when I want to discuss. Come on. I want to stop again. Hi. Come on, Abby. Come. Okay, he's moved. Please switch hands. So I really hope this is angled position right. I want to talk about the video that I saw with Cardi B and Joe Biden. It was supposed to be like a question and answer type of thing. Cardi B was to ask Biden questions. She really should. I didn't see the whole thing. They didn't. I have to try to find the whole interview. There was concerns about race issues. Cardi B, she was born in New York, in Manhattan. I think she initially lived in Washington Heights, and then they moved over to the Bronx, which is right north of the area of Manhattan where she's from. Her background, I'm not 100% sure. So I think they might have mentioned when her parents, I think it was I could be getting confused with another singer that because I thought she had said her mother is Trinidadian or from Trinidad, but they lived in Washington Heights. Washington Heights is heavily Dominican. And let's see, she made mention that concerns for Black Americans, Black people, and I was surprised when she mentioned that because it's understood that in New York City, Dominicans don't define themselves, or many Dominicans do not define themselves as Black people. They would say that they're Dominican, or they'll say that they're Indian. I kid you not. But many try to avoid their Black roots. So I was initially surprised that she included herself in that. And so she made, basically what she wanted was free education, free college, and free Medicare. And nothing wrong with that in itself. Oh, baby. But if everything is free, that means that it's a socialistic society. Because it has to come from somewhere, the money. So it's coming out of your taxes. And it's turned into a social system. But on the surface, it sounds fine. Free education. But actually, the colleges in New York City, the city colleges, were free. When my parents went to college in the 1950s, college was free. I mean, there was tuition free, but you had to pay for your textbooks. Okay? And then more and more people started entering college, and then you had to pay. And then what happens, I think in some parts of California, or the state of California, it's also free, but it's highly competitive. And look how discrimination works. In my opinion, in certain scenarios, they say, okay, you'll have free education. So everybody races to college, right? Well, they'll say, oh, to go into this college, you have to have a certain average. Now, you get all these people want to go to have a free education. Well, it's then going to become highly competitive. Who gets in what to college? And what program? Because you cannot have everybody go at once, right? Right? So it's becoming very competitive. And California is competitive. And in California, who gets into the colleges? Primarily Asians and whites. And Asians and whites have a very good relationship in this country. In fact, Asians live the longest and are the richest ethnic group in America. Blacks have the lowest. Oh, and Native American. If you want to include Native American Indians, they do the worst. But either way, so you have to be careful what you wish for, because if you say, "Oh, I want free this, free that," then you talk about socialism, because it has to be paid, and then if it's free, you are going to have the competitiveness to get into the programs. And we know who's going to not do well. Okay? In New York City, if you have a sister like that, she's from New York City, who is going to not be able to get in those colleges because of the competitiveness, Black and Hispanic. The Asians aren't having any problem. Whether they come in poor or middle class or rich, they do very well. They're the healthiest, they live the longest, and they're the richest in the United States as a group. So they won't be able to, they're not competitive enough. Because unfortunately with the oppression and discrimination and colorism that's in the Black and Hispanic communities, they want things right away. Many feel entitled, and then they're just outright just exhausted and frustrated, right? They're frustrated and exhausted, and they just want the easiest way out of poverty. So that's what would happen if we have a system like that in New York, free college in New York. Yeah, You think it's hard now to get into a 4-year college? You know, not yes, you can go into a 2-year college, but by the time they go into a 2-year college, they want to leave probably. They're not gonna finish. Yeah, they don't want to finish. They get so distracted, and they'll do what they're doing now in New York City. The blacks and the Hispanics, and the Hispanics, I primarily mean the ones from the Caribbean, not the ones from Mexico. They do security guard work. You can become a licensed security guard in a matter of months. Okay? And there's a lot of jobs in that occupation. I did that type of work. That was my last job. When I came back to New York City in 2001, I did retail initially, got fired, and then I needed to find a job. So some people that I met said, hey, why don't you try in security work? And it's real easy. You could go to Pratt, and they offer a certificate doing that work. And it's just it might have been like a week class, it's even that. You know, you take an exam, they make the exam easy because it's designed to be easy to encourage blacks and Hispanics or / Latinos and Latinas from the Caribbean to do the security guard work. That's what they want us to do, and what they want us to do, okay? Come on, little Marvin. Come. That's what's happening. So, in today's talk, I basically wanted to, I started to feel a little uncomfortable when a YouTuber was making comment. A YouTuber was making comment to Cardi B and Joe Biden's video. Lavin, every few steps you keep on wanting to stop. Come on, Lavin. Lily, you're right in Peanut's face. Who's she doing? Right in her face. Let her. Okay, I'll let you. I didn't want you in her way. Come on. Come on. Okay? Yeah, they do that to poor Heart. They shouldn't say anything. Okay. So my concern, I noticed I started to get a feeling of anxiety when he was making mention about Cardi B's identifying herself being black. She is married to a black man, and in her videos when she was on doing a number, she had black people, on stage with her. So at least she hires people who do not look like they're from the Latino world. But again, all different types of people from that, all different colors from the Hispanic community. But in general, it was safe to say that these were non-Hispanic people. But I could be wrong, who knows? But either way, she at least hires people who look black to work with her, and I think that's great. So the YouTuber was an American black YouTuber. I don't know where he's from, but he has like a southern accent. I'm not sure where, but it sounds like it's from the south or even Texas. that area, in my opinion. And he mentioned his concern about that Cardi B now identifies as being black, but in past interviews, she said that she didn't consider herself black. So he's saying, well, at least if she's going to say it now, okay, he's okay with that. And he's okay with certain things, some of the things that she wants. But he too was concerned that if you have everything free, then you talk about socialism. The other thing was about identity and the identity of, how did it go now? She doesn't address the term reparations.
What is that device?
It's actually made for like when they get surgery, and that's for like bite at it. But I'm actually using it so that he doesn't put food, in this area they have a lot of bones on the floor, and he'll eat anything off the ground, and he'll get a bone caught in his throat. And it worked beautiful.
Oh, nice.
Beautiful, because you can't put anything that's nice.
Good idea.
Yeah, it is what it is,
Thank you.
but it works. Enjoy your breakfast or your lunch. How you doing? That food looks wonderful. Come on, big boy. Wow, that looks good. Friedman's, okay. Friedman's. First time I saw anybody eating from there. Okay, so I can go to the mall. Well, I was even thinking about going there. I just wanted to walk the street here because it's quieter. Okay, so yes, Lavin. So basically, he was disappointed that he didn't mention to Biden as it pertains to black people. He used the term African Americans. Cardi B said black people, but this YouTuber, and it's the first time I've ever seen this YouTuber, he says the term African American. Come on, baby. You have to define what African American is. Because most people that I know who ancestry is from the South, they use the term black. I very rarely hear them say African American. Only like when they're on a social program or something like, talking socially on in the media, do they use the term African American. But amongst us, when someone says, oh, what are you? They generally just say black. So they really have to explain. See, technically, anyone who's living here who's black, they would be classified as African American. But what if they're coming from, let me just throw it out there, let's say they're coming from Europe. You have a lot of blacks living in Europe. And let's say they're just visiting. Then there'll be a European American, technically, or black European American. There won't be African American, right? Yeah, so with regard to reparations, I'm all for reparations, and you've heard some of you in my videos. I talked about reparations, and I talked about what things they should cover with reparations. So you can always just go on my channel, Spirit Journey, and type in the word reparations, and you'll probably find a few videos. Not a lot, but you'll find some on it. And I give like a detailed thing about what should be considered. Yeah, reparations to me is not just getting a piece of land or a little bit of money that lasts you for a month. Reparations is also a social repair. It will enable you for generations be able to maintain your identity and your group of the instinction. You don't want your you as a group to become extinct. You want land. That's the main thing. Land. Because land is as valuable as gold. Land that is yours. You have the people in Hawaii, the native Hawaiians, that land ain't theirs. The land will be theirs for 100 years and then it's going to go back to the state. Come on. Okay? They have a homestead in Hawaii. Yeah? They're given a home, some of them are given a homestead. That's what they call a homestead. And it's in the worst part of the island. Worst part of the island. Yeah? And they can stay there. The house will be theirs. But what's the use of the house after 100 years when you don't own the land that's on it? You become their slave because you don't own the land. You become a tenant, right? You become a tenant. And you have to do what they say. And that's what my concern is. So that YouTuber, I think, was correct. You have to address reparations. So it's land, monies to help you build your communities, because again, blacks in the Americas built the infrastructure for white people / colonials. And then the laws were presented so that you couldn't have the same thing what they had socially. So you were sabotaged. You were sabotaged. Like Black Wall Street, right? Black Wall Street was sabotaged. They were actually firebombed. Come, Lavi. They were firebombed. So, what else? The infrastructure, the buildings, the even hardware. Hardware. You need machineries. You need your own banking system. See, we help build that all in all of them. When I say reparations, I'm talking about all. For me, I'm really referring to all the Caribbean, all the untapped, all the Americans. But in the United States of America, there's such a separation between the races. While in like places like in the Caribbean, there's so much mixing. Especially in the Spanish West Indies, the Spanish-speaking colonies, former colonies, they're all mixed. And many of them have a European identity. But either way, it should be addressed. I think this is the age of addressing those issues before they try to do a permanent lockdown. See, all this mess with the coronavirus is really to sabotage everybody. Come on, Lavin, come back. Come. It's to sabotage everybody. Oh, let me see. It's closed. Some more closed?
Huh?
The mall's still closed?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, come on. So either way, yeah, the mall is still closed, she says. But either way, was I gonna say now? Um, you have to address those issues throughout the Americas. It's just in the U.S., blacks were encapsulated, so it's distinctly black, and then you have yours that distinctly white. Very little overlapping and mixing. So because of that distinction for North America, the idea of reparations goes deeper because of the separation culturally and racially between blacks and whites. While in the other parts of the Americas, everybody's mixed. So reparations doesn't mean the same thing, because if you and basically everybody else is treated the same, then that is then why you need it. For places like the U.S., you need the reparations package. It goes beyond just, some people try to be a smarty pants, and they say, oh, well, welfare. Well, a lot of white people get welfare. Yeah, anyone can get on welfare if you qualify financially. So it's just a cheap shot that racist people say. And it's amazing how I met a rabbi from a Messianic church. He says, you know something, I don't think black people should get reparations. But they were talking about one of the ladies going to Israel to have her baby there to get more connected to her Jewish roots. She was a mixed race, actually. She's a Jamaican Jew of black and white heritage, and she married an Ashkenazi, and they have a baby. And they had either the baby was born here, or right after the baby was born, they went to Israel, or the baby was actually born in Israel. I forget which one, but they did that to be more connected to their Jewish roots, and nothing wrong with that. But here, that country was formed as a reparations package. Okay, and for that to happen, meant that someone had to feel enough and give them that money and the land. See, it's not just land. They get money every year. Germany had finished giving their reparation package to Israel. Okay? So it was important, and they should have. They should get reparations from Germany. And not just the Jewish people, but the Gypsies, the Slavs, and the African people that lived in Germany. Yes. So for him, that Messianic rabbi, to say that black Americans should not have reparations, and he said it so contemptuously, I was very angry. And see how short-sighted some people are. And it's my tax money that feeds Israel. It really pissed me off. All that money that Israel gets every year could be going to black American people's communities to rebuild the community, but we're rebuilding a place that hates black people. That's all my beef is. They don't like blacks. And I already talked to you about that video I did about the Kuwait and how they're treating the people there, the black people there, and the South Asians. How you doing? Yeah, they're being mistreated. They're being beaten, killed. At least they said once a day or once a week, a Filipino's body is being shipped back to the Philippines because she's being killed. They don't like black people. Period. So whether they're Israel or the Arabian Peninsula, they have an innate hatred for black people. Excuse me. So I get angry when I see people who talk about us, yet they're getting my tax dollars for their reparations package every year. The U.S. didn't throw them, didn't put them on concentration camps, but yet the U.S. is paying them buku dollars, and it angers me. I would pull that money immediately, but I think the U.S. gives it to keep that region to think like a Westerner. Western, what is called Western interest? Western interest is another name for white interest. In a nutshell, right? So either way, let me get back. I know I'm kind of going all over the place. I started out with the Cardi B and the other YouTuber discussing about her racial identity and who, why she didn't make mention about reparations. And he felt that because she's coming from, her ancestry is coming from somewhere else, that she doesn't understand the full impact, what it means to be he used the term African American, as a distinction of those who were directly to the U.S. as a slave. Well, their slave experience was in America. So she doesn't understand, and that current politics keeps getting so-called nouveau black people to talk about the interests of black America, but yet they don't understand historically what blacks in America had to go through. He has a point about that, and it is really interesting how you you're being overlooked, black America. You are being overlooked for a reason. They know that the blacks who are here directly as slaves versus the Caribbean or Central or South America or even newcomers from Africa, they know that there is a different psychology between these people. And so he wants to hear about reparations. It's nice about education, but okay, and what then? So when you talk about reparations, that's a deeper issue, deeper commitment. And so this YouTuber was saying, you know, he's not in favor with either candidate, and that he will pick the one who will address and solve the issue of reparations. I want to hear about reparations because see, now is the time. See, that's how Black America. I say Black America. That's how come Black America is in this situation, because the newer groups will come and try to overtake the others. And I've been in different industries in New York City, and I see their attitudes. And it doesn't matter if they come from poor countries from overseas. They're taught to dislike black people. And it's really funny that they'll dance to their music, black music. They'll play they'll play the music. They like their rap. hip hop, R&B, blues, but that's it. It's like they want the culture without being the person. You want to get on the other side? Yeah, it's really something. And some will even use the N-word, like they're trying to sound cool, and then you ask them, "Oh, are you a black person?" Oh, no, I'm not. See that? See, a phony. See, we don't like phoniness, but I have to admit, and I always say this in all my videos when I'm talking about race and racial identity, that my background is from the Caribbean. That's right. New York City, many of the black people that you see are people from the Caribbean. Okay. Many of us. Or they're mixed with American blacks with Caribbean people. And again, I interchange the term West Indies or Caribbean or Antilles. I'm meaning to the same place. I'm meaning the same region in the world. Trying to get him tied, the little boy. So, yeah, so even with Harris, Kamala Harris, she's also a newcomer. And it's like they hire and put newcomers in positions. And they'll use the term that they're black for politics. How you doing? They use it for political strategy. But they have no connection to the community, any black community, whether it be West Indian, the black Latino community, or the what they call African American community. They don't have it. They're not associated. But Kamala Harris did go to a historically black college. But I think she did that for strategy reasons. Let me stop over here. Yeah. She did it for strategy reasons. And strategy meaning, okay, she went to high school, not in the US. She went in Canada. Why did the mother bring her to Canada? She probably didn't want her to go to the schools with black people, high school. She had to have money to go to Canada. So she's not a poor girl. Her mother wasn't poor. Her mother's from a ruling group, a privileged group in India. And so, what else? I'm going to go around this way. So, they use strategy, the Harris family. So, she was born in the U.S. Then when she was to go to high school, she went to high school in Canada for 4 years. And then she was sent to go to a historically black college. And so it's sneaky. So you become an instant black person to get a 4-year course on how to be a black person by going to a historically black college. And yes, she did get in a sorority. Yeah, she's in a black sorority. And all the people in that black sorority are all pale in comparison to the general black population, and nothing wrong with being paler, okay? And I know I do look like her, but I just see the game that's being played, like an Obama. She's doing an Obama. Raised in Asia, in a Muslim country. Hi again. Yes, I have. Let me. Oops. Okay. Yeah, my Sony camera, action cam, just ran out of power. Shoot. I'm gonna go back the other way. I don't want to meet this person. Yeah, I gotta go around. Yeah, I got cut off, but I want to finish my thought. So, what I was just saying before I got cut off about Kamala Harris. She conveniently she did an Obama. You know, so there's a missing part of her life, and then being introduced to an established black institution, and these you know, she is initiated in a sorority, and these sororities, they have a love affair for anybody with white blood. And this is supposed to be your black organizations. Okay? So why is that the American system is can easily find these interlopers so quickly and not able to find as readily blacks who are here generationally? There was a black woman that was running for president. Well, I think it could have been during, it could have been 4 years ago. A dark-skinned American black woman. Why can't you seem to find people like that? Well, they don't. They get newcomers, and again, nothing wrong with being a newbie, but it's the reasoning behind why they're getting the newbies. Because they're going to get a white privilege. They're going to get, okay, we'll give you this position, but you're going to really represent white interests. And that's my concern. So it's a way of appealing, saying, we'll give you the American dream if you do what we tell you to do. Come on, come. And I don't like that. I don't like that, because then their allegiance is not for the people who voted for them, but for becoming this honorary white. And you also have to ask yourself, her allegiance, also, who does she marry? Now again, you marry who you feel like marrying, okay? Whatever way, you marry who you feel like marrying and who's willing to marry you. So I'm not about that, but it's just saying, how is she connected to the black community? Why does she even bother to go to a black college? She could have gone to other colleges. Why that one in the United States? Because she knew she was going to go into politics, and she was going to need black friends to get in office. The Asian community does not need They don't, you notice in the United States, you never hear the Asian community in politics, really, very, very rarely. Let this person go by. You never hear it. They don't have to openly talk about politics and who they're going to vote for, because they know that they're going to be catered to by either group, Republican or Democrat, because they're the richest demographics in America. So it doesn't matter. Whoever who gets in is going to help them out. Sorry about that. Yeah, whoever who gets in will cater to them because they have the money to support the candidate, to give donations. But see, if she played up her Asian ancestry, Asians only make up a very, very small percentage. Indians only make up, they said, 1%. Sorry. But American blacks make up about, I think they said 13%, 14%. So that's a big difference. So she has to pander to Black Americans. Just trying to untie it. She has to pander to them. And so she knew, I'm pretty sure she knew she was going to run for office, but she had to be sneaky. So it's these invisible years, and then coming into a black college, and then she goes to California, practice, she becomes a lawyer, if I understood right, and she moves up the ladder. Okay. She moved up the ladder. And look who she married. And again, nothing wrong with marrying what you like. So you have to ask yourself, why should we pay attention to her? Why? So she's going to try to do an Obama, use his complexion as a mask. So she's wearing a black mask, and you assume, okay, she may even use lingo, black lingo, when she has no connections, nada, yeah, nothing to support her, us to have her, to support her as a candidate. And some seem to be suggesting that they're going to do a switch on you. You're both for Biden and his running mate. And then he's probably going to die right away. Come. Right? So he's probably going to die or get incapacitated. Right? And then you're going to leave her. She will never address and give reparations to black people. That's why you should have to, I'm saying this for American blacks, what they call American black descendants of slaves, or I should say the enslaved, because you have to protect what's yours. You have interlopers coming into your domain, pandering you, and then don't represent you, and then she'll probably get in
they're like up on that level. They're like top 4, 5, 6 contractors in the city.
She'll get in, and I bet she'll get Asians in the office, in power seats, but not you black people, and probably not even her sorority sisters. Be careful of these new interlopers, because these interlopers are not about your interests. They are about their own interests, and that does not include you. She will never give a reparations package to black people, descendants of slavery in the United States of America. She will never do it. They're phony. Oh, and I did make mention a couple of videos ago regarding this woman that I just learned of yesterday, I think it was. Her name is Kim Klacik. Kim Klacik. She was actually on the scene. Okay, her video came out maybe 10 months ago, but it got recognized by Trump, and the video went viral. And I don't know her background. I assume she's a black person from historically, living that area, or in the United States. She's not like a newbie. I like what she says. She says she didn't have public speaking or anything like that. I think she was the only girl in the family. She was the only female, so I presume she means in her household, and she got what she wanted. So I guess maybe she's saying she's a daddy's girl or something. I don't know. But it was refreshing to see an American black woman who is trying to wake up her community where she lives, and to have them, I'm going to go on the other side. Sorry. And to address certain issues. It's filthy. Yeah, she was saying that the Democrats in Baltimore, Maryland, have been in power for over 50 years, and nothing. Yeah, I think what happened right after the race riot, the 1960s and everything, they did a deal with the American black leaders, so-called leaders. They gave them stuff. They gave them stuff to keep them quiet. I'm just trying to position them. Yeah, just trying to cross the street safely. So you have to protect what's yours. And this new black woman that's entering into politics, she's getting donations, and I think I might want to come. I think I want to give a donation to her. Yeah, I think I want to give a donation. I like what I saw. And then she did get that part of town fixed up. They would put the city of Baltimore was dumping into this neighborhood the garbage. at least the people who she interviewed that live in the neighborhood, said that they see the city dumping. And they don't do anything. People are getting paid, and they're just getting paid to sit on their behind. They're not there for the people, because see, it's all about favors. And that's where all that sexual stuff comes from. Yeah, they're doing all this sexual favors, and it's awful. And everybody's doing each other, and everybody has a secret. So, yeah, so I get in short with this long message that be careful who you have coming into your community, and that they should have been there as children, you know, that they connected, that they're married to people from that community. If they're not married to someone from that community, then their heart may be for that other person. So you don't want that. You want it in your favor. You don't want that conflict of interest. If there's a conflict of interest, get another candidate. Yeah. And you should discuss reparations now. That includes a whole package. Get it before it's too late. Because if you don't make your strike now, you're never going to get it. And you're always going to be the tail and not the head. So that's my message. So take care and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye-bye.